Proverbs 12. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. Okay. I'm going to read this one more time. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. That goes along with the prideful and arrogance and such. That goes along with a lot. Think about it. Because who becomes the fool? Who becomes the person that is no longer looked at as wise? It says a lot, bringing past to present. Let's continue. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but the Lord condemns a crafty man. A man cannot be established through wickedness, but the righteous cannot be uprooted. So the verse before, a good man obtains favor from the Lord, seeking the Lord, but the Lord it's like seeking the Lord, but the Lord condemns a crafty man. Yeah, did you go out and do it or make a choice or tell or judge or whatever on your own feelings and actions, or did you seek the Lord? We have a jealous God, you know, and what we may think is right is not right. Without going to the Lord first, good luck with that. Consequences. And so let's continue. A man cannot be established through wickedness, but the righteous cannot be uprooted. A wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. The plans of the righteous are just, but the advice of the wicked is deceitful. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the speech of the upright rescues them. Wicked men are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous stands firm. A man is praised according to his wisdom, but men with warped minds are despised. Better to be a nobody and yet have a servant than pretend to be somebody and have no food. Ooh. This is a lot right here. Let's continue. A righteous man cares for the needs of his animal, but the kindest acts of the wicked are cruel. He who works his land will have abundant food, but he who chases fantasies lacks judgment. The wicked desire the plunder of evil men, but the root of the righteous flourishes. An evil man is trapped by his sinful talk, but a righteous man escapes trouble. From the fruit of his lips a man is filled with good things, as surely as the work of his hands reward him. The way of a fool seems right to him, but a wise man listens to advice. A fool shows his annoyance at once, but a prudent man overlooks an insult. A truthful witness gives honest testimony, but a false witness tells lies. Reckless words pierce like a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only a moment. There is deceit in the hearts of those who plot evil, but joy for those who promote peace. No harm befalls the righteous, but the wicked have their fill of trouble. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in men who are truthful. A prudent man keeps his knowledge to himself, but the heart of fools blurts out folly. Diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in slave labor. An anxious heart weighs a man down, but a kind word cheers him up. A righteous man is cautious in friendship, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. The lazy man does not roast his game, but the diligent man prizes his possession. In the way of righteousness there is life. Along that path is immortality. Righteousness being the Lord, believing in the Lord, bring past present, bring righteousness being the Lord, understanding that the Lord provided and saved us from sin, saved us from hell, from being, as in being our Redeemer, providing our salvation, And along that path is immortality. Just breaking it down. Things to also think about, that there was a lot here, a lot. This is sermon upon sermon, just in these Proverbs. A man is praised according to his wisdom, but men with warped minds are despised. Better to be a nobody and yet have a servant than pretend to be somebody and have no food. Today. Throughout all history, there was always a seeking of glamour. There was always a seeking of being popular. And I mean glamour as in being exposed, to be popular, to be trendy, to be the leader, the person that everybody relies on or looks to for advice, or looks for to be that entertainer, to be that one and only. And everybody seeks it, even when everybody likes to seek it. It's like it's a thing, because they see the lights, they see the money, they see things that people think that could be theirs. And through life can be difficult. And even with that popularity and such, there can be issues even with that. You see it all the time. You can see it all the time. Difficulty. People who are influencers. People who go through things. It looks like everything's great and perfect on the outside, but then there may be some problems on the inside, or there may be actual problems. And so the best thing to do for yourself, ourselves, as well as them, as well as those people that follow or watch or want to be, as well as people who are the influencers or the person who's popular, Hollywood or etc., is to have that faith in the Lord, that walk with the Lord, because that He will provide the guidance. And whether He provided that fame and fortune, or guided you to it, or we just think we all want to have fame and fortune, and it may not necessarily be exactly what we are actually seeking. We may be actually seeking love. We may actually be seeking a relationship with the Lord, and the Lord will provide those things. Think about what makes me think about is Solomon. Solomon himself in here writing these proverbs, giving us this information. I know, because you're like, James, where are you going with this? Think about it. The Lord asked him, "What do you want?" Knowing that Solomon could have asked for anything, and what Solomon asked for was wisdom to lead the Lord's people. That was very selfless, very, very selfless, and it was acknowledging the Lord and giving it back to Him, giving control back to the Lord, being grateful that because Solomon was the king of Israel, and he was anointed, but he knew who the real king was. He knew that God was king, and so he was like, you know what? I need wisdom. I need your wisdom, because I need to be able to rule these people the way you want me to rule these people, and not the way I want to. And with that, the Lord provided all of it. Fame, fortune, a long life, all of what Solomon did not ask for, and the wisdom. Once again, better to be a nobody and yet have a servant than pretend to be a somebody and have no food. What kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?